Hey friends, if you've been following along, you know that I've been making a popular state dessert every single week for the entire year. We're almost done, and this week I made Washington Nanaimo bars. Here they are. Right now it just looks like a pan full of chocolate, but I'm gonna cut into these in just a second and let my husband taste test them.
How do you say it again?
Nanaimo. It's a city in Canada. So yes, this is Washington, but for all our Canadian friends, you probably know about these too. So hang on, I'll show you how I made them and then we'll try them. We're gonna start by using a double boiler. So I just used a metal saucepan that I filled with a little bit of water, got that to a simmer, and added a glass Pyrex dish on top. Easy as that. And then I melted 1 stick of butter inside of that. I'll put the full ingredient list and directions in the description if you guys want to try to make this. It really was not that hard. Next, I added some sugar and some cocoa powder and then just a pinch of salt. And I just kept whisking this together inside of this glass bowl over the double boiler just to make sure that it was nice and combined. Nothing is going to burn in here, and that's the perfect reason to use a double boiler. Now here comes the tricky part. I'm gonna drizzle in 1 beaten egg, and I was really scared right here that I was making chocolate scrambled eggs because you can see the consistency changed right away. But it's okay, trust the process, keep whisking it really quickly, drizzle that egg in very slowly, and you'll see this starts to thicken up and get nice and shiny with a perfect consistency. Look at that. You can tell it's getting nice and thick. And now we're going to take this off of the heat and we're going to bring it on over to the counter. Now the next 2 ingredients are going to be 1 cup of shredded coconut and 1 3/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs. The recipe I used also called for an optional crushed almonds, but I decided not to use those. I didn't want to have nuts in it this time. So we're just going to stir this all together until it's completely combined, and it is kind of like a moist dough. And then we're going to bring over a pan, and here's the only thing. It calls for an 8x8 square pan, and all I had was a 9x9. So all of my ingredients were just a little bit short, but I made it work and it was okay. We're just going to press this all down, spread it all out to the bottom of that pan and press it all the way down. Now this is going to chill while you start the next layer of these Nanaimo bars. And it's been so much fun making these popular state desserts every week. We're almost done. We just have a few more states to go, and it has really been a lot of fun. Okay, now let's start the second layer, and this is going to be 1/4 cup of this dried milk. Now you can also use custard powder, or I heard you can even use vanilla pudding, but I'm just doing it this way because that's what the recipe said. So it was dried milk and now 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. And then I just used my electric mixer and mixed that all together until that dry milk was completely dissolved. And then from here I added in 1 more stick of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to whip that together until it's nice and creamy. And basically we're making frosting. We're going to add in some powdered sugar. And it's going to look kind of dry, but don't worry, it'll get nice and creamy. And we're just going to keep beating this with our electric mixer until it's nice and fluffy and creamy. And really it is basically just like a frosting. Now, once you have that all nice and creamed together, we're going to bring over our crust and get this assembled. You can make this dessert all at once, or you can chill it each time in the fridge in between. Either way will work because as you're making the next layer, it can be chilling for a little while. So I just spoon that on top of the bottom layer and then just spread that evenly over. You can see here, it is a nice fluffy frosting-like consistency. And again, because my pan was a little bit bigger, my layer was probably a bit thinner than it should have been. You want to try to make this in an 8x8 square pan. Now we're going to put that in the fridge to cool, and let's get started on the topping. This is so easy. It was 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate and 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to put that in the microwave and cook it until it's just smooth enough to spread on top. And you can see it makes a nice, shiny, glossy, almost like a chocolate ganache on top of these Nanaimo bars. Now let's get our reaction. Okay, here we go. Cut some little squares out. Ooh, here's one for you. I just got done making them, so the chocolate is still a little bit sticky, but we're not waiting. Here's what they look like. They are layered. They look pretty in there. Wow.
They remind me a little bit of bumpy cake back from Michigan.
Oh yeah, with the layers. It almost is. It's kind of like a custard slash frosting in there. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, here we go.
That semi-sweet chocolate on the top makes it for me because it's really like a dark chocolate, a little bitter, semi-sweet. I like
and it's
that.
dark cocoa powder on the bottom. Yeah, that's good. You know what's interesting to me? The bottom is chewy.
Very chewy.
And it has coconut in it. Can you tell? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can. I thought maybe oatmeal or something, but yeah, coconut.
That's good. It's gooey, soft, like frosting and ganache. Way to go, Washington, but also Canada, Nanaimo, Canada. Thank you very much for your delicious bars. We love them.
We do appreciate your contribution. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you on the next one.